Hi, hello. Hold on, I'm just posting in the server. Hello, hello, hi. Oh my goodness. Hi, hello everybody. What's up? Not much. Dude, I actually I was gonna not refill my water before starting the live, but I was like, dude, do I want to get up in the middle of my reading very early on to go refill my water? Alright, we're gonna wait about 30 more seconds to let people join, and then we're gonna start. Hi! Alright, let's get started. I'm good, how are you? Oh my god, I'm gonna be so real with y'all. I don't think we should even have to defend her in court anymore. Like, it clearly was not her. Like, obviously she could be a witness now, but defending is crazy.
Okay. So, where exactly does this leave us, Apollo?
Well, Drew Misham, who was killed, wasn't Drew Misham the forger, basically.
Huh? Well then, who was he?
Well, he was actually doing her nails. So you really made those forgeries?
Yes, for Father. I know it was wrong. Could you tell us how it happened? My father was a painter. I loved painting ever since I was a child. One day, Father saw it in me. He saw that I had the talent.
Hi, welcome back. It has been a minute.
The talent for making forgeries? How should I say it? It was not only paintings I made. Given the materials, I could make anything.
Anything?
Father was so proud, and I so happy. But in the end, I was making those
forgeries.
I've never had a good constitution, nor personality. I know very little of the world outside my door. Now, because of me, Father is... Do you know about this red envelope? I remember that envelope. It was some time ago.
So you were already, creating your works back then?
I started when I was only 12 years old.
So the one who figured out the stamp was poison, that was... Mr. Justice, it's time. To the courtroom, please. Right. Out of time.
Wait, Vera, just one more thing, please. Those 3 paintings in the studio. I painted those as a part of my work. Right. See? We checked them out, and we saw what was underneath. We saw the rough sketches underneath the 3 finished paintings. I see. Mr. Justice.
Yes?
Father, he knew of you. Of both of you.
Your late father?
He was watching, gathering information. All about the Wright & Co. law offices. Lately, we're not doing just law. Yes, you do tricks, gags to amuse, and play piano. Well, they're not really gags. Yet when Father heard you had resumed the legal business, how pleased he was. Who was Mr. Misham?
How am I supposed to know?
What if he was Daddy's daddy?
Judging from the relative ages involved, I'd say it's highly unlikely. Things are already confusing enough with all these daddies running around. We know that the victim's daughter, Vera, was the forger. What does this mean for the case? I guess we're about to find out. Court is now back in session. Vera seems pretty tense. She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off. Perhaps you could begin by telling us how it all worked. How did you set up this Drew Misham forger persona? There's that stare again. She's drilling more holes into his head. I don't blame you, Vera. He kinda fine.
I know it's hard for you, but hey, he's a handsome guy.
What's hard? Very well, miss. If you would. Did you really make those detestable forgeries? Perhaps you'd rather answer my question? Were you the one who painted that painting? The remarkably similar one?
Yes. I painted it, yes. Father praised me quite highly for it.
So she was the one who made the forgeries. And she did not wish to reveal the truth of their operation. So the victim was a stand-in, a decoy, to the world at large. He was the forger, not her. Why is the little chat noise so much louder? I didn't make it louder. I haven't touched the volume for it. I mean, I can change it, but it's not turned up.
I've done a bad thing. I have, haven't I?
Regardless, we need a little more information. About, for instance, this. You have seen this before, yeah?
Yes. It was in the desk drawer.
Very well. You may proceed with your testimony. Tell us everything you know about this envelope.
I created things and Father sold them. This envelope came after my first work. And that was other than a painting. Father handled the deal. All of it. I was received the stamp that was in that envelope. It was after the job that we moved to the current studio.
I kind of want to press almost all of that. There certainly was much of great interest in your testimony. Not that the witness realizes it. Very well. Please begin the cross-examination.
Right, okay. I need more information about this forger. This Drew Misham. So, these things you were making, they're... You mean paintings identical to other paintings, right? The closer they were, the happier Father was. I was happy too.
Still, you're quite young now. When did you begin this work?
My first painting sold when I was 12.
Your Honor, she had no idea what she was doing was illegal.
Objection!
Easy there, little attorney. You're not here to defend her for the crime of forgery. True. Please, tell us more about this envelope. This envelope that may very well have killed your father.
All right. By other than a painting, you mean you'd only done paintings up to that point? Yes. But Father had a realization. He noticed my talent extended to making things other than paintings.
For instance,
a letter someone had written, or a fingerprint left upon a cup, or a signature on a document, a seal upon a letter.
none of this makes her sound very innocent at all. And the $100,000 promised in this letter was the start. The beginning of a new industry for Drew Misham. A new industry? The creation of items to be used in criminal proceedings. Forging evidence, in other words. Oh. Okay, well, yeah, obviously he was gonna do that. We don't need to hear about that one.
I received the stamp that was in the envelope.
What do you mean, you received it?
Did I do something wrong?
You didn't use that stamp because it was dangerous, correct? Deadly poison on the bag, and troconine.
Objection!
Sorry, my phone was on vibrate. I had to turn it on and then switch it. A moment, Air Forehead. You can't force an answer upon the witness. Now then, perhaps you would tell me, Fräulein Vera, why did you receive this stamp? Is something wrong? She does not like talking to him at all.
It was beautiful.
Oh, you mean it was one of those commemorative stamps?
Yes, I think it was.
So, you didn't know about the poison? Oh. I would be so heartbroken, because mind you, she could have just fucking stuck that shit on and left it. But she just thought it was pretty, so she wanted to freaking keep it. And it ended up killing her father. Oh my goodness. Guess not. So the trap failed by chance, by mistake, thanks to this commemorative stamp. Quite the close call. Bro, She is stronger than me. Because mind you, this shit just happened, didn't it? It just happened that her dad died. Like, it's been like a week, maximum. Because I don't know when they first got her ass in there, but it seems like it's been like a week, maximum. It's only been not even a week. Just a couple days. I would be a hot mess. They'd be like, they would be like, no, can you tell us about? And I'd be on the freaking witness stand, testifying, whatever, defendant. And I'd just be like, like they would not be, they would not be able to get my ass. Like, I would be crying so fucking bad. Like, what do you mean my dad just fucking died in front of, like, in the house, with us in the house, hello? I'd be fucking crying. I would be, like, zero composure. What the hell? My dad, especially in this case, like, of course she was, like, close to her father. Like, literally the only human she had any contact with. She loved that man. She chill as fuck. That's crazy. Did she even go to his funeral? Did he even get to have a funeral yet? Like, oh my god. It was after that job that we moved to the current studio. You mean you moved to where the current Drew studio is?
Yes. We saw very few people there. I began drawing picture books.
A single job had tied them to the criminal underworld. I think Mr. Misham wished to reduce their visibility in the world at large.
When we had to meet someone for some reason, Father posed as a creator of the work.
So that was the real essence of the artist.
Drew Misham.
You did the work, he supplied the face. So, you really didn't know anything, did you? You had no idea how much danger you were in. I like the way that they drew her hand when she's holding, her little sketch pad and drawing. Like when it's resting on the back of it. Oh my goodness. Apparently not. About this commemorative stamp. Could you tell us more about it?
It was very pretty, and more than that...
Yes?
It was a picture of people I liked at the time.
This is something new. Apparently, we've got some cross-examination yet ahead of us. If you would be so kind to continue your testimony... Hold on. This was 7 years ago. The picture... Do y'all see this drawing of the stamp that she keeps doing? Am I tweaking? I don't think we have any evidence of it here. But does it not look like the Gramarye trope? Like, it's people wearing, like, hats. Like, top hats. And 7 years ago is when they were doing their, like, shows and stuff. If y'all remember correctly. If you would be so kind as to continue your testimony, Fraulein. Look! You had a little top hat on.
The stamp was a picture of my favorite magicians.
So I kept it. I just have the ticket.
Objection!
Those magicians you like. Was it this bunch?
Apollo, they're not a bunch.
I see. Still, I have to wonder, why include a commemorative stamp like that in a business letter?
Good question. Well, pretty stamps are always better, and you can't beat Gramarye. Troop Grant.
Hold on, wait a second. Okay, hold on. I need to fix my mic. No, stop! There we go. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. What's it called? Cleo came in my room, and she was getting a little too noisy. Let's see. But the whole murder plan was a failure because of it. Ironic, don't you think, Prosecutor Gavin? Prosecutor Gavin? Creamery? What's with Gavin? Might I ask just one question of this witness? In your testimony just now, you stated this was your first work that was other than a painting. This was 7 years ago. And we don't know what the trial was we didn't know what the trial was that Phoenix Wright was a part of. But, not only was the father obsessed with Wright & Co. law firm or whatever, he was basically obsessed with, like, Phoenix business. What's it called? He was also keeping up with what Apollo was currently doing after that. Mind you, too, Phoenix says that he essentially, like, left the industry after having false, like, false evidence. Fabricated evidence, forged evidence. Mind you, Clavier was also there for that trial. Was that not his first trial, if I remember correctly? Because he was the one that got Phoenix out of the business, which was 7 years ago. All of this is 7 years ago. Please tell me, what exactly did you make?
Can I ask why?
No! Answer the question. Now! No, you're scaring her! Stop! No, stop. Isn't she, like, prone to fainting? Didn't they say that earlier, or was that a lie? Because I'm pretty sure we saw her faint in the intro, too. Like, the beginning, when they show that little, like, clip of the murder, or whatever. Prosecutor Gavin? You're usually not the one whose volume concerns me. Yes, it is unbecoming of me. I apologize. But, I must know, please, Miss Misham. Tell me.
It was a book. A single page in a book.
A book? Please, be more specific.
It was a handwritten book. Like a diary.
No! I don't... No! Oh, shit!
Golly! What's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? He looks like he just saw a ghost.
Miss Misham, this book... Was there a picture of a silk hat on the back cover? Yes or no?
How did you know?
Objection!
Prosecutor Gavin, the defendant is answering all of your questions. Stop badgering her. He's told you nothing, has he? Your soiled, sullied mentor. Nothing? Sullied? Who Hey, don't ever talk about Phoenix like that again. Leave him alone. He just going through it a little bit, huh? We're gonna take him to the shop. We gonna get him a fade. You know, clean him up a little bit. We're gonna get him right. Get him a razor. Shave that up off his face. Get him a nice suit, and we're gonna bring him back. Okay? Hop off. Phoenix Wright. Who else?
Daddy?
Yeah, like you talking about him like that in front of his daughter? Whoa. Keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth. No, it's deserved. I got some beef. He never told you about the trial 7 years ago? About how he came to lose his attorney's badge? It was a certain piece of evidence that decided his fate, you know. Is it gonna turn out that he didn't even realize it was forged, but he just like kind of accepted shit? Is that what it's gonna turn out to be? That's what I'm guessing, right? It has to be. Okay, guys, hear me out. Hear me out, okay? So, I think this also probably has something to do with it too. But these guys right here, the Gramarye troop, I think that whatever happened 7 years ago, which led to them basically being fucked over, obviously someone died or something, clearly, but the trial that had gone on based on what happened to the troop, Phoenix was probably defending. Well, we know Phoenix had to be defending, and what had happened is there was forged evidence leading to whoever he was defending obviously going to jail, but also leading to him losing his fucking badge. That has to be it. That has to be it. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. A certain diary. On the back, it bore the mark of a silk hat. What? Phoenix Wright, tossed out of the profession by false evidence. And the forger who made that evidence. Phoenix chose to do this shit on his own, mind you. This was personal. This was a personal case for him. He was like, no, I just randomly decided to choose this. No, you didn't. I know. Phoenix sat there looking at his, like, badge, a picture of his badge on the table, framed. He was like, looking at the case on the table, and he was like, this one. He was like, this one, please. Is this girl standing right in front of me? Vera, you must tell us. The evidence you made was used in trial 7 years ago. Who asked Drew Misham, you, to forge that evidence? For all of our sakes, who was it? Bro, we need to calm down. She gonna fucking faint, bro. She is not good. Like, did they say it turned out to be a lie? Like, was it a cover-up that they pretended that she was, like, sick? Because if not, y'all, she's gonna fucking faint.
We only met once.
You met the client? Well, who was it?
It was... What's going on with Vera? She's staring at Prosecutor Gavin's face again.
Ooh. Oh, it was his brother. 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 It had to be his brother. He looks just like his brother. It had to be. It had to be. Because why does she keep staring at him? And she's giving him like a shell-shocked fucking look every time they look over at him. It had to be. It had to be him. There's no fucking way. Chat. It had to be his brother, Kristoff. It had to be his fucking brother. I don't have a picture of him. But if you guys remember episode 1, his brother looks just like him, essentially. Yes, what? Is there something about me? It was his first trial. It was his first trial. Do you think that he paid it off to ensure that his brother won? Because his brother out here murking people anyways. His brother is not a good man. Just a bit older. Yeah, exactly.
Are we sure it wasn't his aunt? You know what? Guards, I have no time for this tomfoolery in the chat.
Is there something about me?
Now why is that comment pinned?
Shame pin!
I remember clearly. I remember who gave me the book. The diary.
Who was it? Vera? No! Oh shit! The devil. The devil! Oh my god! Holy shit! I told y'all! They needed to stop yelling at her. Defendant Vera Bisham. Condition. Unconscious. Thank God. Acute. Oh my god. She was like slightly poisoned? Holy shit! This ends the recording of the trial for the murder of Drew Misham. Vera Misham was, during the trial, poisoned by an unknown assailant. Oh my god! The dosage was under the lethal amount, sparing the defendant's life. She is currently in intensive, oh my god, I'm reading too fucking fast. Intensive care, and is not to be disturbed for any reason. A very simple case at first glance, until it finally began to show its true colors. Holy shit! The long road to the truth takes us to the record of another child. Trial. Oh my god. Phoenix! Phoenix! Oh my god, my boy in his prime. Before bro gave up. In some ways, that was the starting point of it all. Okay, he was kind of cunty. See, I remember when I was like, I'm gonna cut off that fuck ass ponytail you got going on, and people were like, he would still surf cunt with short hair. You guys were right. I can't lie. I don't know why he grew out that fuck ass ponytail. I'm not gonna lie, he should have kept it short. He kind of slaying. He's given, you know when they have like the sexy Genshin Impact men that don't upset you? I mean, he's a little too dark for a Genshin Impact, but. Face card goes lethal. It's crazy. It's crazy. Not you switching up. Listen, I never promised to keep my opinions, and that is where we must go. Genshin loves diversity. Exactly. They got blonde hair, brown hair, black hair, white hair. That's crazy. You know, where do you even see that? Nowhere else. To find the, oh my god, she's so fucking cute. Look at her. Red hair, you're right. Oh my god, baby. She's a little baby. Fucking look at her. Holy crap. Oh my god, her top hat is massive. The little swoop on the side too is so cutty. To be continued. So that was the end of the trial. Are we gonna go into investigation now? Is this a new episode? That was it? That was it? Oh my god, we're going to something else. I lost. It's only a game of poker. A game I've played for a long time. And only lost twice. Who was the first? The man I killed, of course. Well, it seems I've found the partner I've been looking for all along. Over a game of cards? Why, yes. Over a game of cards. Okay. I can't tell who's who. That was definitely Phoenix over the game of cards part. Whatever. Oh my god, that was how we met. 7 years ago. Oh my god. Are we gonna play as Phoenix again? Are we Phoenix again? Okay. It's been a long time since I felt like such a rookie. Gotta try and relax. We are! Holy shit! We are so back. We are so fucking back right now. Gotta try and relax. Good morning, Mr. Enigmar? Enigmar? Like Enigma. Enigmar? That's such a crazy way of... Okay. What if I said something inappropriate? I'm sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly. I received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure I'm prepared. I understand. I'm asking the impossible of you. Yes, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. All we did was play cards. And that was enough. Actually, it wasn't. Trust me.
Ooh.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Ugh. Morning, Daddy.
I'm so glad you came.
You okay, Daddy? They picking on you?
I'm fine, as always. This old boy is here to help me, after all. That's young man to you. Good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on.
Thanks. My first show's today, after all.
Oh, I'm sure it is. What the heck is she talking about?
Oh boy.
Huh? Me? Look what he started.
Here.
What's this? Did they just give him forged evidence? Oh, he didn't even know! No, he didn't even know. He didn't know anything. He's innocent. He's pure. He doesn't know anything. They just gave him fake shit like that. What's this?
I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair.
Oh, she doesn't know either. It had to be Kristoff. It had to be. Oh my god. It has to be. No fucking way.
They said it was really important.
What's this? A memo for you, or some such? Not from the looks of it. What is this? Looks like a page from someone's diary. I'll give it a read later. Oh! Well, how do you feel about the trial today? We'll get through it, somehow. Incidentally, the prosecutor today is a new guy, I hear. Ah, an easy win then, yes? They're calling him a true thoroughbred. In the history of prosecutor's office. Of course. There's one of those every year. The switching of attorneys just before the trial. I know it is a difficult situation I put you in, but allow me to say one thing, Mr. Wright. Yes? They will not be able to pronounce me guilty today. So do your best, but do not worry. First time a defendant's ever given me a pep speech. I'll do what I can. I see you do not understand. You see, it will be impossible for them to declare a verdict. Impossible? Yes. Isn't that right, Trucy?
Yep, you bet, Daddy.
My first look at the case was only yesterday. And the information I was given was a tad bit lacking, to be honest. Still, I'll do what I can, for their sake. I believe the curtains will be lifting any time now. I am in your capable hands, Mr. Wright. I love his face, not gonna lie. No, his design is fire. Trucy did not get a drop of that melanin. A drop. That's crazy. She looked nothing like him. They fitted the same though. They got that shit on. This is not Zach. Okay, well. Oh. Well, no, it has to be. Because she's calling him daddy. What? My client is Shady Enigma, known to the world as Zach Gramarye. Alrighty. Because I was like, she's calling him daddy. What is this name? A widely popular magician, star of the troupe Gramarye. His mentor, Magnified Gramarye, was a rare breed of magician. He single-handedly ushered in a golden age of stage magic until he was shot dead. And Zach Gramarye is the suspect. Look, he got that shit on. Why does he dress like this now? Dress like ass. I'm sorry. In comparison, fuck no. Take that fuck ass jacket off. The court is now in session for the trial of Shady Enigma. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Is the prosecution ready? I was just thinking. This is what all the fuss is about? A bit of a buzzkill, really. Buzzkill? Is this some kind of new kind of crime? One of the worst. This is a trial, yeah? Where are the sweaty palms, the pounding hearts? The Cavaliers concert got 10 times the thrill this gig's got. Who were you again? Clavier Gavin. I came to get the party started. Legally, yeah? Gavin. Defense attorney Christoph Gavin. Figures my bro's more famous in this part of town. I'm not gonna give him as deep as a voice. I'm not gonna give him as deep of a voice as he would currently have, because he would have been like what? This was 7 years ago. He would have been a teenager still, wouldn't he? Because how old was he? He's 24. So yeah, he would have been like 17. That's crazy. Everyone, watch your tongue. I'm sorry. Oops, I say as I'm a signature. Exactly. Everyone apologize. Apologize now. I be forgetting. I forgot because he growing now. We know him growing. Oop, don't be like Drake, y'all. Everybody take it back. Everybody take it back. I can say whatever I want because I'm still younger than him. No. Straight to juvie. Minors! Let's see. Clavier Gavin. Lead singer for the mega hit band, the Cavaliers. You're out of your league, rock boy. He probably was. He definitely was out of his fucking league. And you know why I know that? You know why I know he's out of his fucking league? Because they had to forge evidence. And you know what? This was 7 years ago. So you could be like, oh, well, his brother looks older than him. Yes. But this was 7 years ago. He could look exactly like he does now. Like, they could be identical twins, basically. Just different periods of time. So he probably looked much younger, too. When Vera first saw him, when she was, like, 12. Or whatever age she would have been. Nah, it would have been 12. Because, what's it called? She was staring like a deer in headlights at Clavier. But it was 24-year-old Clavier. How old was Christoph? Does anybody remember? I'm gonna search it up. Unlocking my phone. 32. He would have been 32. He would have been 32, y'all. Yeah, like he would have been like a little older, like literally like a year older. They would have been the same age. Like, what's it called? Roughly. So Xavier is the current age that he would have been back then, like right now in this current time. So they probably just look very, very similar. And now that he's older, he looks more like him when it was that specific time. It had to be. It had to be. Because there's no way. I know what you're thinking. You're out of your league, rock boy. It's like, well, damn, fuck. True. My debut single, 13 Years Hard Time for Love, went platinum overnight. But that's just a hobby to me compared to this, yeah? Talkative, aren't you? I like your affected Euro rock accent that you don't have, because I can't do that, and you guys are gonna laugh at me if I do it, by the way. I'm just getting warmed up. Hair attorney right. Hair attorney right. No, me, I would never. I would never laugh, no, me. You guys say this, but you're gonna laugh, you just won't type it. Like, I'll start doing it. I'll be like, Guten Tag, and you're gonna be. Oh, look at that. Perhaps you would be so kind as to fill us in on the case. Tongue, baby. Time to call in the opening act. What was his name again? Yes. Detective Gumshoe. Yes! 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 Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm literally running on my walls right now. You can hear me too. That's me running on my walls. And you are? Hey, you were the one who called me up here, sir. Name's Dick Gumshoe. I'm a homicide detective down at the precinct. Detective Gumshoe. Long time no see. What do you mean you don't keep in contact with him? He's like your best friend. Please don't piss me off. Hey, you! Huh? Me? Today's the day, pal. Today I win and you lose. I got confidence in my testimony today, see? What? You normally lack confidence in your testimony? Hey, detective. This is my stage. Can the antics. Oh, all this hey youing and such. And I could care less about your history together. Very well, Detective Gumshoe. If you would, please, tell us about the case at hand. Happened 6 days back. In a room at the General Hospital. Golly! The clown matching too. The facts are as simple as they come. Here's the crime scene. The victim was a patient, asleep in a hospital bed. The killer comes in, puts a pistol to his forehead, and bam, lights out. Them's the facts. Not so long ago, the victim, Magnified Gramarye, was a famous man. He had the entire country under his magical spell, as it were. Of course you remember this. How young were you? Was this back in the day when you were in your youth? When you were like 35? A mere infant compared to now? He had the entire country under his magic spell, as it were. Ah yes, the great magician. He retired Oh. I hate when other people start to talk. Like, let the judge speak. He's remembering his childhood. Ah, yes, the great magician. He retired years ago, though. Say the name magnified in one of my generation, and you'd be lucky to get a blank stare. This is how some of y'all be talking. It'd be crazy. Like, why did some of y'all talk like this? Whoa.
Say the name magnified in one of my generation?
No, you're just uncultured. My god. Motherfuckers be like, that old ass shit? What the hell? Bro is just uncultured, because there's no way this man was like lifting fucking elephants and shit. And you're just like, he's just old as fuck. Nobody cares. I care. What? Y'all, if you watch someone like do magic tricks crazy style, like insane level magic tricks, would you not be telling your children about that shit? Like, hello? Ain't nobody talked to him. Now he blaming everybody else. Yes, no, I'm sure the youngsters today know his disciples even better. Dare I say the Troop Gramarye has made quite a name for themselves. Anywho, the retired what voice again? The retired Magnify's been in hospital for the last year. What was it? Male ignorant tutor or something? Doing something to his liver? I think, yeah. A malignant tumor, perhaps? In other words, he had liver cancer. He had only 3 months left to live, in fact. Damn! What's it? What the fuck did he call it? Male ignorant tumor. Facts do not seem simple enough, but something's not right. The victim was already climbing a 3-month stairway to heaven. Why not wait for him to knock, knock, knock on heaven's door? Why shoot him? I wouldn't have put it quite so lyrically, but it's true. Why make the effort to commit murder when the victim was about to die? What's it called? Oh, they probably think it's him specifically only because he is in the will. It has to be. That has to be the reason, right? Incidentally, the victim had a serious case of diabetes. Diabetes? In fact, he was about to shoot up with insulin when he was shot with a pistol. The syringe was found at the crime scene. Chronic diabetes and cancer. As much as it pains me to say it, the victim was clearly at the end of his life. Man, imagine you just trying to chill, get your insulin intake, and somebody come shoot you. What the hell? Like, you gotta, like, there's no way. They're gonna reveal that this man was evil behind the scenes or something, because no way. Ain't no way someone hates you that badly that they burst into your hospital room. You got 3 months left to live and shoot your ass. Why are you making enemies like that? Oh my god. Holy shit. Golly. Like, that is completely crazy. I believe the question before us is clear then. Why did the killer have to shoot this dying man? What reason could he have had? Very well, Detective. Perhaps you can enlighten us as to the circumstances of the shooting. Yes, sir. Actually, the victim kind of ordered the defendant to do him in. A few days before it happened, the victim sent a letter ordering his own murder. The defendant did what was asked of him and shot the old man in the forehead. The bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene, no doubt about it. And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir. What? Grandpa was just being wild. He said, I don't want to fucking wait. I hate y'all. Hurry up. You're saying the victim ordered his own shooting? Those are the facts. I have the letter here. The letter in question.
To my beloved student Zuck.
Oh, okay, fuck me then. What the fuck? Imagine if I actually got to read that. Would that have been so awesome and cool? This clearly is supposed to look like it's been ripped out of his diary. What does this say?
To my beloved student Zack, to you I entrust the task of lowering my life's current come on the 13th, 11:05 p.m. I'm already a gun with which you will shoot. One shot, square in the forehead. You cannot refuse. We both know the reason why.
Bro, blackmailing to the day of his death is crazy. Very unusual indeed. Although, could such a thing as a letter really cause one to pull a trigger, I wonder?
I believe the answer to that question can be found at the end of the letter.
Ah, you cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Detective Gumshoe, can you explain this to the court? Unfortunately, even the defendant won't say a peep about that bit, sir.
One thing that bothers me about this, why didn't he just say 11? Have him come at 11:05 without some specific reason? Why have him come at 11:05 without some specific reason? Blah.
The devil is in the details there, attorney. Well, was there some reason?
As it turns out, there was every night for half an hour starting at 11. The victim, Magnify Gramarye, was given an IV. An IV?
There it is in the picture, off to the side of the bed.
At 11, the doctor would come and set up the IV. 30 minutes later, he would come back for the empty bag. This happened every night without fail. So that was the only time they could meet without the chance of an untimely interruption. During his IV.
Very well. Shall we begin? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you would.
What's this reason he couldn't refuse, I wonder? You could have at least mentioned it to me.
Okay, we talked about that. We saw the letter. Well, I'm gonna ask about that one too, but I want to ask about this one. How can you be so sure? Hey, you gotta learn to stop relying on people to do your thinking for you, pal. Learn to think for yourself. Get that noggin cranking. Are you one to talk?
You fail to grasp the concept of questioning, Detective.
First, we got this letter. It says shoot in the forehead, loud and clear.
I can see that, but I still wouldn't do it.
Well, maybe you need to grow yourself a backbone, pal. You just... Dick Gumshoe, you're just gonna pull up. Somebody's gonna be like, shoot me. And I'm gonna be like, okay. Wow. And I just started blasting. You're not just blasting on people, pal.
You fail to grasp the concept of shooting people is bad, Detective.
We also found the defendant's pistol at the scene.
Traces of gunpowder residue shows that it had been fired recently.
Well, Mr. Wright? As far as I can tell from looking at this photo, There seems to be no issue with the prosecution's claim.
The photo. Maybe there's something in there I can use. So they're saying the defendant shot the victim in the forehead. I think there's a hole in the prosecution's argument.
No, the clown!
Looking at this photo, another possibility occurs to me.
Yes?
What does the letter tell us? The defendant had a reason he couldn't refuse. His teacher's wishes.
Bingo, pal! That's why the defendant popped him one in the forehead.
Oh? The defense disagrees. You see, the defendant had another choice he could make.
Objection!
What? And you can prove that with this photo? I can prove he had a choice, yes.
The defendant might have fired like he was ordered, but he didn't shoot the victim's forehead. Well, let's hear what you're thinking, Mr. Wright. If he didn't shoot the victim's forehead, what did the defendant shoot? Are you fucking blind? Why do I have to tell you? Golly. The clown doll?
Take a closer look. See? It's been shot in the forehead too.
Ah, there's a hole in its forehead. He's almost senile. Almost? Like, this was 7 years back. Imagine him now. Crazy. Dumbass.
Yes. And a hole in the prosecution's claim.
Objection!
And I suppose you have a reason as to why he shoot the clown doll? He didn't just shoot the doll. He shot the doll's forehead. His forehead? Ah! Let's read the orders once more, shall we? You will shoot one shot square in the forehead. Which is exactly what he did. He shot the clown doll square in the forehead.
The defense has raised an intriguing possibility. The hole in the clown's forehead, it definitely looks like it was shot. Bailiff, send someone to investigate this matter.
Objection!
I admit, I'm impressed. But I expected nothing less. Still, this doesn't mean he didn't shoot the victim.
Objection!
You can tell he's not professional at fucking all. Look at him. He is so nervous. He's just trying to act chill. You can tell he is so fucking nervous to do this. Especially Phoenix Wright for your first case. I'd literally, like, want to quit immediately. Are you serious? This is my first job here? I'm 17 years old. This is my first fucking time. Are you fucking kidding me?
Perhaps he didn't have to shoot a forehead, as ordered. But the letter says nothing about whose forehead. Perhaps he did have to shoot a forehead as ordered, but the letter says nothing about whose forehead. This was the only way he had to follow his orders without taking a life.
The bullet hole in the clown doll's forehead does demand an explanation. It might very well be a clue. Yet, Prosecutor Gavin is right. It alone does not prove the defendant's innocence. You cannot say for sure the defendant didn't shoot the victim.
So sorry, Mr. Wright. How sad it is to see the mighty fall. How sad is it to see the novice overconfident. He doesn't realize just how big this little hole is going to get.
What if we jumped him after the trial? No, me, he's 17! Sorry! Damn, sorry. Detective Gumshoe, please take this newfound fact into account as you could take. See, he got me back. I immediately got lashings for that. Look at that. Please take this newfound fact into account as you continue your testimony. Soap, you are not helping. Soap, you're not helping. Shh. You're not helping. Sorry. So what if he shot the clown? He still shot the victim, pal. Are we sure about it? Do we have the little gun fingerprints? You mean this pistol, the one of the crime scene in the crime scene photo? That's the one. It's a funny-looking gun, so there's no mistaking it. We compare the bullet taken from the victim's skull with a bullet fired from this gun. The rifling marks on the bullets were a perfect match. So, you verified the murder weapon, in other words. You bet we did. The pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir. Why are you so certain? What pile of sand has your head been stuck in all this time, pal? You never heard of Zack and Valon's quick-drawn shoot 'em? Huh? What's that? One of the defendant's specialties. Zack and Valon stand on either side of a girl. Then they shoot. But the bullets don't hit her. Instead, they hit everything else on stage. This was one of the pistols they used in their show. Got a great design, huh? The kids love it. Many boys and girls joined the police because of that pistol, I hear. You know, that would explain a lot about the police force. Troop Gramarye stopped doing that act a while ago. The old man held onto that pistol ever since. What's it called? 40, golly! Oh. She ain't look at all. Not a single feature. Golly, not even the same hair color. They got that shit on, though. They really got that shit on. My goodness. The court would like to see the pistol in question. You got it, sir. Here she is. Well, this is truly a blast from the past. It's a stage pistol for magic shows, see? But it can fire real bullets. It looks so much bigger in real life than on TV. Yeah, but it can only hold one round. By the way, if it can only hold one round, how did he manage to shoot both of them? By the way, the pistol's firing chamber is empty, and it shows traces of having been fired recently. So were any fingerprints found on the gun? Unfortunately, no. Of course, the defendant is known for wearing gloves. We might say that a lack of fingerprints is, in fact, a fingerprint of its own. Aha! Intriguing point. Well made. No, that was dumb as fuck. He's not as old as I expected him to be now. He's just a bit older than Phoenix and everybody else. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not well made. Not intriguing. In any case, the court accepts this evidence. My grandchild would get... You fucked? Grandchild? You have kids? Someone likes you? You have a wife, possibly? You have children? Raised children that have had children too? Whoa! My grandchild would get a kick out of seeing this. But now it's time to return to our testimony. Like, y'all, nobody tell me. But I'm wondering if we're gonna see like his kid or at least his grandkid something. So what did we shot the clown? He still shot the victim, pal. We just learned. The trickiest cases often seem the simplest. Prosecutor Gavin, you missed the bullet hole in the clown's forehead. If you hadn't missed that, you might have come to a very different conclusion. Understand? Yeah, but... Why is bro replying? I said Prosecutor Gavin, whatever, Gumshoe. Yeah, but like I just said, pal, after he shot the clown in the forehead, he went and...
Objection!
Did nothing of the sort to the victim. The pistol proves he could not. The murder weapon? How? It's quite simple, Your Honor. This pistol only holds one bullet at a time. Ugh! If he had shot the clown in the forehead, he couldn't have shot the victim, too. That's not a contradiction. Not even close. All he had to do was reload the pistol after the first shot.
Objection!
Oh? Where did he get the extra bullet? They're not so easy to come by, you know? If you claim the defendant had one ready, then prove to us how he got it. I had a feeling this wasn't over yet. No, this part's just getting started. And I haven't proven anything yet beyond my good looks and startling court record, startling record sales. Oh my god, blah. An utter lack of humility. What's this? It seems the prosecution has another witness prepared. Like I said, Herr Detective was just the warm-up act. Ugh. Now that the audience has gotten a taste of what's to come, they're ready. Ready for what? For my decisive witness, of course. A witness who, you will find, can prove one thing for us. That it was Zach Gremory who shot the victim in the forehead. Very well. We will pause for a 15-minute recess. This might be my lucky break. I need that 15 minutes to talk to my client, Zach. Court is adjourned. Am I, like, crazy, or was that not that long? We're gonna take a pee break before returning. Hold on. Everybody go get water, pee, whatever. I don't care. Hurry up. I'm back. I refilled my water too. Everybody ready? Is everybody prepared? Why is it that I came back and 2 people left? What did you come for? What were you? You're like, oh boy, blue screen. Like, what did you come for? I'm back and now you want to go? That's crazy. Fucking hate me. Alright, everybody. Let's get back into it. Don't let the haters get to you. They said, fuck, the show's over. I thought it was my favorite show. Blue screen, nothing going on. What PNG thing? Very impressive, Mr. Wright. I have to say, I expected nothing else. We've only just begun. I was hoping you could tell me a bit more about what happened, actually. I did not think you would believe me if I told you. Better that you discovered the truth for yourself. I was thinking of you, you know. I think we need less thinking and more talking. That night at the hospital, what really happened? Haha. The way your eyes gleam, Mr. Wright. You'll scare Trucy. Speaking of which, where is she? You have seen the problem yourself. The letter. The one shot in the forehead one, right? Yes. And the reason he speaks of, I cannot deny my mentor's wishes, even if it meant my own death. Why not? This is something I will not say. For now, at least. What's this for now business? I have done many things in my life, some well, some poorly. But this is a cross we must bear alone to our graves. We? You wanted to know about the night of the incident? Finally, this guy sure likes to take his time getting to the important stuff. Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time, and found there upon his bedside table 2 pistols. Ooh. Is it who I think it was? Is it who I think it was? Was it Volant? Oh my god, was it Volant? Because don't forget that this case, they lost. Phoenix loses this case. So whoever really did it would still be running around. Don't forget. Does that mean that Volant did this? Because at the end of the day, Volant came in. And after the 7-year period had ended, was able to claim the will, like, from Magnify. From Zack. Remember? Because Zack was missing for over 7 years, which would then... he would be considered dead even if he wasn't, because he's been missing for so long. Bye! And the second, and I mean the second he was able to, he immediately took that ownership of the, what's it called? It was for the magic tricks that Magnify used to do. The second he was able to take those, he immediately opened a show. In current time. 2? Yes. The one I had used on stage, and the one that had been used by my partner, Volant. Oh, for the Zack and Volant's quick draw thing. My mentor had the look of one sleeping. I stood by his bedside, hearing only the light sound of his breathing. Then I took the pistol into my hand. I cannot deny that my resolve faltered then, for a moment. You faltered? You mean you thought about shooting him? Recall, there was a reason I could not refuse his request. His last such request, though not his first. So there were other requests you couldn't refuse before? To be honest, I had not always been steadfast, and I fear I brought pain upon Trucy. Was Magnify coercing his disciples somehow? Is the woman in the group Trucy's mom? Where is she? I'm kind of scared, because I don't want to be like, Trucy's mom, and then I get a spoiler. Let me look at the socks my coworker gave me. Did you send it in live chat? Oh, that's cute. Little Batman socks. Just what was going on with Troop Gramarye? Yet, in the end, I did not shoot him. Instead, I turned and shot the clown. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket. Your pocket? I believe if you examine the bullet in the clown's head, you will find it to be different than the one in my mentor. What were those called? Rifling marks, yes. Well, that is all I have to tell you concerning the case. Concerning the case? You mean there's something else you can't tell me? There's something else you can tell me? Oh. You are fascinating. You are a fascinating man, Mr. Wright. Thanks. Yes, there is something. My mentor, his eyes opened. What? Magnify Gramarye? The old devil. He was not asleep, you see. Of course, the gunshot would have woken him anyway. That we had our last discussion as mentor and pupil. It was not a long discussion, maybe 5-10 minutes or so. That is pretty fucking long. 10 minutes? That's a pretty long fucking convo. If you're just trying to slip in and out. Yeah, he's handsome. I like the way his nose looks. What did you talk about? Mr. Wright, did I not just tell you? It does not concern this case. Zach Gramarye. He seems pretty steadfast to me, or maybe just stubborn. Mr. Wright, your presence is requested in the courtroom. Once again, I'm in your hands. Right. Let's get back in there. One second. Alright, court is now back in session. During our recess, a bullet was found and dug out from the clown's head. Well, this is news! And the rifling marks? There wasn't any time to do a detailed analysis. Well, you need to, hello? They be playing around too much, if you ask me. They play around too fucking much, because what do you mean that y'all did not do this? A man's life, a man's future is in danger, because if he is actually innocent, you would be sending an innocent man to jail while the killer runs free. And you talking about something there wasn't time to do it? There's always time to do it. What? Justice should not be put on a time crunch. Like, that's crazy to me. I don't know. That's wild to me. Though they did find the weapon type matches the murder weapon. Well, that's not very conclusive, is it? Which is why I'm about to call my very decisive witness. If Valant gets up there, I'm gonna grab him. You're a decisive witness? How many times have I heard those words? Though, they often turn out to be far less decisive than you think. Don't worry on my account. I'm quite confident that this witness will do the job. After all, he's intimately acquainted with the players in our little production. Being the other half...
Kill Valant Gramarye. 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 Kill Valant Gramarye.
Being the other half of the trope... I need to stop saying trope. Troop, Gramarye's famous duo. Zack and Valant. Valant Gramarye. So, we meet the great Magnify's other disciple. Perhaps we'll start by asking your name and occupation? Valant Gramarye, magician. And you're the decisive witness, are you? You can prove your fellow student, your partner's guilt? Fate. The grand illusion, filled with traps and tricks. Wait! The shooting took place at the hospital after 11 o'clock at night. If you're a witness, does that mean you were there that late? If one were to deduce this logically, the conclusion is yes! Okay. I always get the characters, don't I? I have an interesting fact for you. You see, several days before the crime, an eyewitness received this. That looks very familiar. Oh, wait. That's the same letter Zack Gramarye received. Yes, or perhaps I should say ta-da! He kinda cunty from behind, I won't lie. Order, order, order! And what does it say? Surely not the same thing. Perhaps you should see for yourself. Why, it's practically the same. The court accepts this into evidence. All we're gonna need is for Zack to show the gun. By which you mean... Oh, why is autoplay on? Don't piss me off. This is most unusual. Exactly what was going on with you folks? What exactly was your troop Gramarye up to? By which you mean... I'm just having trouble envisioning a man who would ask his students to kill him. Both of them, no less. It's just my opinion, Air Judge. But from these letters, I'd say he was coercing them, not asking them. We walked the magician's path together, and in doing so, shared much of our lives. When people are so close, there's a strain, a warping of relations, you might say. Yet this has nothing to do with the case at hand. By which you mean, you're not going to tell us. Which makes me wonder even more about this reason they couldn't refuse. Well, let's get on with the testimony for starters. The defendant, Zack Gramarye, stands accused. Tell us why. I'll do more than that. For where he walks, the red roses rise, singing, hymns to the miracle that is magic. Fascinating. Though I hardly need to remind you that the evidence could just clearly point to you as the suspect. The letter, the murder weapon, and now the 2 bullets found at the scene. In fact, only difference seems to be the designated time. As every magician knows, timing is everything. Yes. And now it's time to get this party fired up. That night, I visited the hospital room at the time Magnify requested. The smell of gunpowder hung in the room, and my mentor had taken his final bow. I did not imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions. Yet, a deal with the dead is still a deal. Death's sweet kiss. I gave it to the clown. Then I informed the doctor and the police. Did we get his letter too? I think we did. Volant was told to come at 11:20. Why would he be there? See, that old bastard! I knew it. I knew it. Oh my god. I freaking knew it. I freaking knew it. So you were the one who reported the crime? Indeed. I would think. This fact alone would clear my name of suspicion. So, that makes no sense. Because even with the time given, Zach Gramarye would have came at 11:05, shot the clown, and then had a 10-minute discussion. That would only be 11:15. He would have left at that point. The worst comes to worst, they bumped into each other in the hallway. Let's not jump to any conclusions. Yes, the cross-examination generally comes before the conclusions in this court. But if your testimony proves to be true, then the defendant, Zach Gramarye, is guilty. And if it isn't Zach Gramarye, then the killer was you, Volant. And no disappearing act will get you out of that. There were 2 bullet holes at the scene, one in the victim and one in the clown. You're saying the one who'd shot the clown was you? No doubt my partner, Zach, had said much the same thing. Yeah, because whoever didn't shoot the clown committed murder. I'd better dig around here a bit more and see what I turn up. Mr. Volant, let me ask about something else concerning the crime scene. Namely, the number of pistols. How many pistols were there when you entered the room? By which you mean what, precisely? 2 pistols were used in the Zach and Volant quick-draw shoot-'em, correct? One for each of you. You're very well informed, yet only one of my old friends sat in the hospital room that night. What did Zach tell me back in the lobby? Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time and found there upon his bedside table 2 pistols. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket. So he would have never known that there was... Why? He wouldn't know. He would not know. He would not know that there are 2 pistols because he got there late. He got there at freaking 11:20. I see no problem with that statement. Only 1 pistol is visible in the photograph of the crime scene after all. So you picked up that pistol and fired it? Indeed I did. Alakazam, alakazing, alakaboom. Quite important. Is the number of pistols really so important? Quite important. The number of pistols is quite important, Your Honor. Very well. Please add this detail to your testimony. What can I do but obey?
Objection!
According to the defendant, Zach Gramarine, when he entered the room, there were 2 pistols on that table. 2? One of those pistols he used to shoot the clown in the forehead. Then he left with it in his pocket. Of course, this is what he would say. Unlike the hapless clown, we must assume our defendant has some brains in his head. Well, what about what Mr. Vallant told us? You see, there's something about his testimony that doesn't make sense. What might that be? I told you, I took the pistol that was there, and I shot the clown. That's your story, at least. But the rifling marks tell a very different story, Mr. Vallant. Recall what Prosecutor Gavin told us. We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with the bullet fired from this gun. The rifling marks on the bullets were a perfect match. Mr. Vallant, if you fired this pistol, then you shot the victim in the forehead. Order, order, order! Well, this is all rather sudden.
Objection!
What have I done? Prosecutor Gavin? I owe the court an apology. Sorry. Sorry for what? You see, I was unaware that 2 of these unique pistols were crafted. The analysis of the rifling marks only proved the type of gun that fired them.
Objection!
But that's not what you told us before. You said you verified the murder weapon, which is why I'm apologizing to you now. Quite sincerely, I might add. Would you hold me accountable for a mistake made in my youth? Oh, fuck you. That was just this morning. I'm still young. And, I might add, it wasn't really my fault. If the defendant had only admitted he took 1 pistol from the scene of the crime, we would not be having this pleasant discussion now. Vallant Gramarine? Yes, Your Honor. You were presented to this court as a decisive witness, but you've proven to be more divisive than decisive.
Objection!
You'll see in time. The testimony so far has merely been a review of the facts. The proof comes next. Care to elaborate, Prosecutor Gavin? When Mr. Vallant entered the hospital room, the victim had already been shot. As his next testimony will prove. Right. The real fight is about to begin. Bring it. Very well. The witness will now testify to the court. Help us determine who shot what. My arm is so cold. Oh my goodness. Oy, I'm getting under my covers. My eyes are closing. Nap time, everybody. Blanket. Yeah, I got a little blanket. I got a little blanket on my chair. I can't believe Reef is so late. Y'all saw that? Reef was like, I was sleeping. I just woke up. Reef, where are you? I arrived at the hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say, 11:20 p.m. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation, then called in the doctor. The doctor examined the body before the police arrived. He was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10 p.m. And the one in the room at the time was my partner, not me. What about me, huh? It's okay, Reef. Exactly. The Reef went right back to sleep. Those times are rather close, you have to admit. Not really. Not close enough. You're talking about an alibi established over a matter of minutes. To use a 10-minute discrepancy as the basis of your alibi is easy to explain in this situation, Herr Judge. For example, take our debut hit single, 13 Years Hard Time for Love. Oh my god, wrap it up! Cue the song, press the play button, and it will play for 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Do it 100 times, the result is the same. Their debut single was only 2 minutes and 15 seconds long? What a ripoff! Magic is a world of utmost precision. Hocus Pocus requires admirable focus. And in the time of death determined by the doctor, there is an incontrovertible truth. That's a big word. That's a big word for Elmo. That's a big word for Elmo. Very well. The prosecution warns us that we're dealing with rather precise times, and we can expect the cross-examination to require the same level of precision. I hope the defense refrains from its customarily broad, sweeping accusations, lest we blur the focus this case so clearly demands. Point taken. Baseless remarks will result in a penalty. Carry on, Mr. Wright. Carry on, Wright. I don't think I'm stepping out on a limb to say I have some doubts about this. How could the doctor be so precise with the time? We do usually only get an estimated time of death, true. I'm not sure I've heard of a verified time of death. Magic revels in making complex appear simple, but reality is the opposite. What appears complex, in this case, is a simple matter of subtraction. I see another person has done their arithmetic homework. The point here is the IV the victim was taking. It's quite visible in the photograph of the scene. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure he took that out because he was having a conversation. Recall what we heard earlier about the victim. Magnify Gramarye's schedule. Every night at 10? Every night at 11, Magnify took an IV drip for 30 minutes. I can see the bag right there, yes. Why is the IV bright green? See, I was gonna make a joke. I was gonna be like, he got Fanta in his system. I don't think Fanta's green. I don't think there's any green flavors. I would like apologize to the Fanta community for my insensitive, ignorant joke. Now, look a little closer. Follow the tube.
I got Mountain Dew in my system. Mountain Dew in my system.
Now, look a little closer. Follow the tube from the bag to the end. Ah, the needle has been removed. I mean, yes. Doubtlessly, it fell out when he was shot. That's stupid. That would seem to be the case. When the needle comes out, the IV no longer drips. Ah, you could just measure the remaining IV fluid. Precisely. The IV liquid functions for our purposes as an hourglass of sorts. This is how the doctor determined the time of death. Bro, Clavier's gonna be fucked up. Like, I know that we're playing it and we're like shitting on him, his little like teenage self that's doing this. But it's like current version of him, Prosecutor Gavin, big grown ass Prosecutor Gavin, he's gonna be fucked up about this. He got the wrong motherfucker like found guilty. Not to mention Phoenix Wright, defender of the innocent, has now lost his job for over 7 years. 7 years of innocent people losing their lives. Whether it be fucking being put on death row or being fucking, what's it called? Sent to jail. Is that not crazy to think about? He's probably gonna sit there and think about all the cases that Phoenix could have gone against with him and proved innocent. Which would have been a lot, because let's be real, Phoenix is always like doing the right thing. So if there was a bad person, he would have said that they're bad. Prison, life without parole. Exactly. Like, they would have been fried. And it's so, like, he would have done all that. He's gonna have to think about the last 7 years of his fucking life, dude. Oh my god, like, that's crazy, dude. And this is how the doctor determined the time of death. From the amount remaining in the bag, it was determined that the IV stopped 10 minutes after administration began. Welcome. And so it was, when I, Valant, entered the room. 10 minutes had passed since that horrible crime was committed. And this is proof. Well, Mr. Wright? Did that seem important? Very. Well, seeing how it was the biggest clue we have to the time of death, I'd like to say it's very important. Agreed. It would be hard to imagine a more precise way to determine the time. Behold, the power of arithmetic. Arithmetic, oh my god, blah blah blah. Very well. The witness will add this detail to his testimony. Sometimes the most magical thing of all is the truth. Shut your fucking face, you dirty bastard.
No, but I love you.
Jenny. Not in front of everybody. Come on. Did you notice the IV yourself by any chance? When I first entered the room, the stench of gunpowder assailed me. Next, the mark of death upon my mentor's forehead, and then his left arm.
did I spy a rose, drooping and wilted, its thorn the discarded ivy needle. Knocked from the vein by the force of the knocked from the vein by the force of the shot. Luckily for you. If that ivy had not been there, why, you might be a suspect. Indubitably so. I might say it's thanks to my lucky color. Your lucky color? Indeed, even today I wear it proud upon my suspect self, for it always, without fail, brings me luck. Why, when Zack and Volant won their first Magician Grand... Yes, Magician Grand Prix, I think that's what it said, but I missed that part. Yes, the very one held by the Association of... Yes, the very one held by the Association of International Magicians. I was adorned with this attire then, too. And our trophy, a bust. Ah, what a day that was. This is one trip down memory lane no one needs. My lucky color, yes indeed, and that ivy too. I say, 'twas huge, especially for me, Volant. You're wearing yellow and red. Pink, as well. So, you're lying, aren't you? You're a liar. You're a stinky, 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 poopy little liar, huh? You're a liar, filthy bastard. Magenta!
That does seem to be the case, indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, any thoughts on this testimony?
Volant sure looks happy with himself. Okay, how about this? Lucky color testimony.
There's a contradiction.
Burble. It certainly sounds like your lucky color has brought you plenty of luck. But not this time. Mr. Volant, your lucky color has betrayed you. I'm afraid you've lost me.
Your Honor, the witness testimony just now clearly contradicts the evidence. What? Please recall my warning at the beginning of this cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Baseless accusations will be duly penalized. I do hope this latest accusation is well-based.
Don't worry. I've got all your bases right here.
Very well. Let's hear the defense's claim. Where is your evidence that contradicts what Mr. Volant has told us?
The crime scene tells all, Your Honor.
The photo of the crime scene?
Oh, this talk of color has me yearning for black and white, clear-cut simplicity. Tell us, right? Just where is the contradiction in this photo?
My pleasure, and I assure you it's quite simple.
But I can't promise anything in black and white.
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What in this photo contradicts?
La la la, la 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 la.
Do you guys see that right there?
La 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 la.
Volant Gramarye, let's get one thing straight about your lucky color. It's yellow, yes?
Kind of takes the mystery out of it, but yes.
Something wrong with yellow, Mr. Wright?
Yes, there is.
Decisively wrong, in fact. Take another look at the photo of the crime scene. What's this?
Confusion, doubt. Tell us, what do your elderly eyes spy?
Even my elderly eyes can see a problem here, Mr. Volant. Look at the IV bag.
What is this? What foul magic? It would be hard to call that IV liquid yellow. And I'm afraid no magic was involved in the taking of this photograph.
Alakaz, no!
Oh, the little bunnies.
Order, order, order! Reeve, thank you for the roses. I must go now. Oh, bye, Reeve. What does this mean? This is some kind of mistake. Yes, Prosecutor Gavin. Your witness's mistake. Awesome! Bye! That's crazy. The greener they are, the harder they fall. I suppose there's no substitute for experience. Volant Gramarye. As you reminded us several times, your lucky color is yellow, but the IV is clearly not. Well, this contradiction can mean only one thing. And to think, you almost had me. I see your true colors now, Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright. Something you'd like to tell us, Prosecutor Gavin? As far as this court can tell, the witness's testimony does contradict the evidence. Yes, a contradiction. One that I shall be pleased to hand right back to Mr. Wright. What? How do you mean? How? Because the witness has made no mistakes. I agree. At a glance, the IV liquid does appear sort of greenish yellow, but I assure you, the liquid itself isn't quite yellow. Yellow liquid? How can you say that? Oh, Lord, it's the fucking dress all over again. As far as I can tell from this photo, it's green. Yes, but what color is the IV bag itself? Oh, it's blue. You mean the plastic bag on the hook? It looks like I want to say light blue? Precisely. Figured it out yet? Put a yellow liquid in a blue bag and you get green. This, incidentally, is the liquid's true color. Okay, let's talk about it though. That's fucking stupid. He would never have known the color. Is he dumb? Well, he pissing me off a little bit because obviously, how would he know the color is yellow if it's in the blue bag the whole time? I'm gonna write something on AO3. Alrighty. This, incidentally, is the liquid's true color. I see. Your explanation does have the ring of truth to it. No. No. As I thought. There's no substitute for experience, Prosecutor Gavin. What? You may tell a good tale, but you've just proven something rather grave. For you, that is. Grave? The liquid in the IV is yellow, yes. But how did this witness know that? It's quite unnatural when you think about it. You did think about it, didn't you? Your Honor, the defense requests an explanation from the witness. At the scene of the crime, the IV liquid appears to be green. So let me ask, how did the witness know the IV liquid was actually yellow? Alex, oh my god! Order! 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 Mr. Wright, you will explain this at once. The witness clearly knew the color of the IV liquid. So I'm sure it means something, but what? I can think of only one possibility, Your Honor. The witness, Volant Gramarye, has testified that the IV liquid was yellow because... It has to be one of these two. He's seen it before, sounds. From the facts before us, the answer is clear. The witness knew that the IV liquid was yellow. Why? Because he'd seen it before. But not inside the blue bag we see in that photo. He saw the liquid by itself, in a clear, colorless bag. I suppose he would have had to, but I'm still not clear as to what this all means. Ask yourself, why would he know if he didn't work at the hospital? That's where you'll find your meaning, Your Honor.
Objection!
I'm afraid I find nothing. So what if he knew the IV liquid's color? Leave the getting excited over absolutely nothing to our teeny bopper fans, yeah?
Objection!
The liquid is the only evidence proving the time of death. A 30-minute hourglass with 20 minutes worth of sand remaining. Your claim, Prosecutor Gavin. I remember it well. However, there's a critical difference between an hourglass and an IV bag. Wait, I know! An hourglass uses sand, but an IV bag uses liquid. I'm right? Because if he was alone in there, he would have had time to fill it up. If he was alone there, he would have had time to fill it up so that it would say that it's been 10 minutes versus 20 minutes. As much as it pains me to say this, Your Honor, no. Unlike the sands through an hourglass, IV liquid enters the patient's body, at which point, like magic, it disappears. However, what if the amount of IV liquid had increased? You couldn't tell, could you? After all, there's no way of knowing how much went in.
Objection!
Let me get this straight. Yeah, right. You're saying the witness watered down the victim's IV bag? Not with water, but with IV liquid. That's how you knew the IV liquid was yellow. No, wait. I said wait! How might an amateur such as myself essay to perform such a task?
Objection!
I'm an amateur too, but I can pour water into a cup.
Objection!
I'm afraid there's quite a big difference between a cup and an IV bag. Quite. Can you prove our witness was capable of such a feat? Would you look at that? 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 Interesting. Interesting. They said, oh, he needed his insulin because he's diabetic. No, that's not why. I sat there when we first started this up, and he was like, oh, there was 2 guns on the table, and then we got to see the 2 guns on the table. I was like, there's no syringe on the table. And I knew it. I fucking knew it. I was like, that's strange. Why isn't the syringe on the table? He has a point, amateurs. I, at least, would have some difficulty pouring IV liquid into that bag. You don't need to be an expert to see the look on the witness's face. He added liquid to that IV to throw off the time of death. I tire of these fairy tales lacking evidence. Well, Mr. Wright, any solid evidence to bring us back down to earth? Long Gramarye, I'm afraid your magic won't serve you well in a life of crime. Might I ask what you're strongly suggesting? Magic relies on props, and props become evidence. Our witness was certainly able to increase the amount of IV liquid in the bag. All he had to do was work a little magic, and the prop was the victim's syringe. It's the perfect prop for the magically increasing IV trick, and easy enough for an amateur to use. What kind of evidence is that? The syringe was clean, not a trace of liquid in it. And don't you find that odd, Prosecutor Gavin? What? The victim had the syringe to administer his insulin shots. There should have been traces of insulin left inside. Well, Volant Gramarye, as you pointed out yourself, the IV liquid makes the perfect clock. One that you could manipulate at will. Alakazam! I do believe, well, with this being his first, that the burden of this trial has been a bit too much to bear for Prosecutor Gavin. I'm afraid that, while there is a doubt as to the amount of IV liquid in that bag, the time of death cannot be proven, and that brings our trial to a close for today. There's no way he's gonna let it go that easy. What does this say? I feel like we're gonna use this to prove that he died by Volant, and it's gonna turn out to be fake. Well, maybe I can squeeze in an extra day out of this. I can do a little much-needed investigation work. I see there is no objections. Court is a... Truly, there's no substitute for experience. Nothing blinds one to the truth so effectively. Word to the wise. Underestimate the young, and they'll sweep your feet out from under you. In a way you'll never, ever expect. You see, I know exactly what you're thinking. What's he talking about? You say the witness used the syringe to manipulate the level of IV liquid, but there's no proof. There's no proof he didn't do it either. Yes, quite true. Huh? He's admitting it? Nor was this witness quite as decisive as I hoped. This I admit. After all, why linger in the past when the future holds so much? You have something in mind, Prosecutor Gavin? Proof, Air Judge? I have another way to prove my case. With evidence. Oh, the diary. His theme is so fire. It is. With evidence, no less. What's this? This is the victim, Magnify Gramarye's diary. Diary. After going to the hospital, Magnify began writing his memoirs, it seems. The story of his birth, his startling debut, and of meeting his disciples. It seems he intended for the last chapter to end quite appropriately with his death. Wait, that book doesn't say what the reason was, does it? The reason why his disciples couldn't refuse his last request? Sadly, it does not. What's important here is on the last page. Apparently, the victim wrote in his journal that night, even after the IV begun at 11 p.m. Do you think that either the page is fake, or that, what's it called? Because I've been saying that this is fake, but what if this isn't the fake piece? What if, they wrote something in the actual journal that was the fake piece to make this one look like it was forged? I don't know. Leaving options open. It's one of the two. It has to be. Obviously. Even after the IV had begun at 11 p.m. Let's read it, shall we? Today's IV is in. Maybe the last. I'll leave the rest to them. First should come soon. This journal may end here, or it may go on. But not long. That depends on his hand. MOVE! All that is left to mine is to... Judge, get your fucking big-ass, fat-ass head out the way. Oh my god, blocking the text. This does appear to have been written just before his death. It's all that's left to mine is to put down the pen or some shit like that. It says some shit like that. The court accepts this into evidence. Let's read it now. Oh my goodness. Read the very last part with particular care. All that is left
This journal this journal may end here, or it may go on, but not long. That depends on his hand. Of course, by his, he refers to our defendant, Zach Gramarye.
That would make sense, yes. He was the first scheduled visitor, after all.
But look at what he said before that. This journal may end here, or it may go on. It may go on. Magnify Gramarye intended to write again. That is, if Zach Gramarye didn't pull the trigger. I see the defense understands the meaning of this. The victim's diary does not go on. It ends.
What if there is a real page ripped out, and then it's replaced with a forgery?
Because Magnify's life was brought to an end by the defendant, Zach Gramarye.
I don't want to give this evidence, bro. It's pretty obvious a page was ripped out. Very, yeah. Order, order, order! Prosecutor Gavin, are you certain that Magnify Gramarye wrote this?
There's no mistaking his handwriting.
Well, this does seem to be significant. According to this, Magnify did intend to continue his diary. Yet, if his diary ended here, which plainly it did,
then the one who pulled the trigger was the first visitor, Zach Gramarye. Well, how do you like me now, Hair Right? Still too green for your tastes?
Fucking dick.
He's right about the diary being pretty clear. Still, I find it hard to believe that he'd overlook such an obvious problem with this precious evidence.
Well, Mr. Wright, the witness testimony we heard was lacking. Can we... Yeah. I mean, obviously...
This is the last page. The diary ends here.
Huh?
What's this? It looks like a page was ripped out? Well now, isn't that interesting?
The witness testimony we heard was lacking, but put together with this evidence, it seems quite sufficient for a case.
The diary is accepted like this. The trial's over. Maybe it's time for me to show them something.
No, no need. Show evidence. Oh, fuck.
I'm left with no choice but to show my own evidence.
What? You have some evidence that overturns this diary?
It's not too late to rethink this and avoid more embarrassment.
Very well. Please, show us your evidence, Mr. Wright.
Incidentally, don't even think of showing us this diary I've just shown to the court. Now that we've come this far, I hope you have something a little more decisive. Show us evidence that proves the victim continued writing his diary. Alright, I'd be happy to. The decisive evidence proving that the diary didn't end with this page is...
Oh! Fuck. Fuck, fuck, fuck.
We have to! We don't have a choice! We don't have a choice! This is like a nightmare. No, it literally is. What the fuck else are we supposed to do? We know that it's forged. He doesn't know that it's forged. Phoenix doesn't know that it's forged. But we know that this is the past. We know that this is forged evidence. Fuck. Oh, God. First, take a close look at this diary. Note that a page has been clearly ripped out.
What's this? I hadn't noticed that at all. Of course you didn't, fucking dumbass.
That's why we're still here talking about this. As it just so happens, I have here what I believe to be a missing page.
I don't believe it. Looking at this page, it's hard to imagine that the first visitor that night shot Magnify Gramarye. That's the defense's position. Wait, let me see that. What in Sam Hill? Why, this is the continuation of the victim's diary. Note the torn edge of the page. It's a perfect match with the torn remains of the last page in Magnify's diary. Quite remarkable. Would you care to explain what all this means, Herr Attorney? The diary continued after his first visitor came, which means that the victim was still alive after Zach Gramarye left, leaving no one to take his life but the second visitor. Volant Gramarye. No. No! Oh my god, look at the little flag. Oh my goodness. The handwriting, too, matches on the other pages. This is, without a doubt, the genuine article. Ugh. Order! 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 But wait! That's impossible! That old man couldn't have written that.
Objection!
You know why he knows? Because he's the one that probably ripped out the real fucking page. Finally. You just couldn't resist, could you, Wright? Resist what? Presenting solid evidence? Here, Judge. Yes, Prosecutor Gavin. Might I request we put the current cross-examination on hold? The prosecution would like to call a new witness. But, Prosecutor Gavin... This evidence overturns the current witnesses. I ask only to put it on hold. Please. My new witness has a very, very important piece of testimony to give. 5 minutes. No more. I promise, Your Honor. Well, if we put it that way, Mr. Wright, what's your take on this? Well, Your Honor, judging from his enthusiasm, we'll have to hear this new testimony sooner or later anyway. So it might as well be sooner. Then, though this is highly irregular, we will put the current cross-examination on hold. The witness may step down. Now, Prosecutor Gavin, please bring this surprise witness to the courtroom. I had a bad feeling just then. That ripped out page was too obvious. He must have known. Like, that's crazy. He did know. But I don't think he realized the full thing. Like, I'm sure that his brother probably tricked him. Being like, oh, Phoenix has, like, fake, forged evidence. You try to make him, like, bring it out so we can get rid of him. Probably didn't clarify that Phoenix didn't realize it was forged. And the rip isn't the same on that page. And I should have known it was a bad sign all around. Oh, Lord. Oh, and it's him. Holding trial with no audience is a first, even for me, Prosecutor Gavin. I beg the court's understanding. But I had to make a judiciary, oh my god, judiciary deal with the witness to secure his testimony. A judiciary deal? The details of his testimony may have some legal ramifications. Shall we say, you know what, I'm glad you died, you fucking bastard. May you burn in hell. May you burn in hell where you are right now. He's looking up at us right now defending his daughter. He's looking up at us defending his daughter right now. You went straight down, you evil bastard. Look at your fucked up ass hair. I thought it best to contain the information to this room. Very well. And you were the witness, I gather? Huh. Yes, sir. State your name and occupation for the room. My name's Drew Misham. I'm a painter. A painter? And you are somehow related to this case? No, well, not per se. I have one simple question for this witness. Mr. Misham, was it? Do you know what this is? Oh, yeah, I know it well. How's that possible? Have you seen this diary page somewhere before? Oh, yeah. I mean, I made it. Oh, you son of a fucking bitch. You... What? You made it? Yes. You might call it one of my works. The prosecutor's office received a tip-off yesterday. Illegal evidence is being prepared for the trial of Zach Gramarye. Illegal evidence? I initiated an investigation and found this witness. A painter to the world at large, Drew Misham, has another side, you might say. He's skilled in painting, making perfect reproductions of certain things. Forgeries, in other words. Forgeries? Well, so, we are to understand that this page here is a fake, prepared by a certain defense attorney.
Objection!
Hold it! I didn't prepare this evidence!
Objection!
The attorney speaks. Something about this page, I presume. But what is he saying? It makes no sense. After all, it was you who presented this evidence to us, Phoenix Wright. Witness! Mr. Misham, was it? Who requested this forgery? Who was your client? That... I don't know. What? Most of my clients prefer to remain anonymous, even to me. I make the items they want and receive my payment. That's the extent of my contact with them.
Objection!
But there's no proof this is a fake. It's a fake. Huh? To avoid just this sort of problem, I always put a special mark on my works. I can say without a doubt, this is mine. Like the Vine boom sound effect. Mr. Wright, you have just presented illegal evidence to this court. My court. It was careless of me. That's all I can say.
Oh, old boy. Here.
What's this?
I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. They said it was really important.
It was all a trap. A fatal trap. Mr. Wright? Yes. Do you have an explanation for yourself? If I did, would the court hear it? Probably not. Forging evidence is a serious crime, and presenting it in court a serious mistake. A fatal mistake for an attorney. Fatal too, perhaps, for your client, I fear. Tell me, what kind of defendant relies on forged evidence? The answer is quite clear. A guilty one.
Objection!
And do know, Christoph been trying to get our ass too. Don't fucking forget about that. Bro has had fucking nearly a decades long frenemy relationship with Phoenix. Like, that's crazy. He already got his ass removed, got his ass fired, unable to do the job that he loves. anymore. Like, what the hell? And then he goes on to try to frame us for murder all those years later? What is his problem? Bro, Your Honor, chill. I didn't do nothing. Your Honor, wait. I understand that presenting forged evidence in court is a serious crime, but you cannot hold my client responsible for actions I undertook as an individual. I am sorry, Mr. Wright. Your Honor. Another close call, I dare say. If the prosecutor's office hadn't received that hot tip, everything would have gone the way you wanted it to, yeah? Your Honor! Your Honor! He's lying! Dead ass! He's lying! I even gave you a chance. Too bad you decided to not think before embarrassing yourself. I see no need for further discussion on this matter. Special witness dismissed. Yeah, get your ugly fucking ass out of here, you bastard. You haven't worked a day in your life. Your daughter does all the work. Mr. Attorney? Yes. Could I ask your name? Phoenix Wright. Mr. Wright, I have seen and studied many people, but none like you. I'll remember you, Mr. Wright. May you burn in hell. Even from the back, he got that shit on. Crazy. Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way, this trial is over. Bro is so sexy. And he got caught. He's guilty for no damn reason. He didn't do nothing. You have the right to find a new attorney and make an appeal. However, this court must... Your Honor? Yes, Mr. Zack? There's one thing I wish to make clear. Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. You know what? Hey, me too. me when I'm accused of crimes and I just say, nah. It isn't possible. I'm afraid the defendant is quite mistaken. I most certainly have the authority to declare a verdict on you. Except, tell me, how do you plan on announcing your verdict when your defendant does not exist? Doesn't exist? What are you talking about? I'm talking about this! Oh! Mr. Enigma! The defendant escaped? Find him, quick! Bailiff, close all exits from the building. He said, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And just fucking dipped. That's crazy. Oh my god. On the double, he must not be allowed to escape. They just did not gaff at all. That's crazy. Oh, Nat, thank you for the gifts. I appreciate it. That day in the courtroom, a miracle occurred. The defendant, Shady Enigma, aka Zack Gramarye, did not just escape from court. He literally, unbelievably, vanished. Right before the bailiff's eyes. Oh, and that's why he ended up with Trucy, because nobody else was there to take her. No one ever saw him again. Not since that day. And this is the Gramarye miracle. Have fun racing my kid! No verdict was declared. After all, the defendant didn't exist. That's how it happened. The trial of magician Zack Gramarye vanished, along with him, for all eternity. The mysteries that remained behind were all solved, however, but not until 7 years later. Oh my goodness, y'all. That is fucking crazy. goodness. And I'm gonna leave it off there. I know. I know. But we just did so much. Holy crap. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody. That was fucking nuts, y'all. Like, that's actually fucking crazy. Bye. Bye.